happened. It was rumored. It was suggested. Cal, break us the story for those who don't know exactly what this deal is.
All right, so it was made official today that Shannon Sharpe is joining First Take. But not every day. Look like it's just going to be a Monday and Tuesday thing. So I guess basically he'll just be there temporarily during the week. And it said during the NFL season. So I don't know if it's going to be NBA too. I don't know if it's a test run. I honestly don't understand it. Like I said in a previous episode, I don't think it's going to be a good fit. Um, I don't know. Steven looks like he's territorial, and I don't think he's going to like Shannon coming in. He's loud mouth. And also, I don't really see what they're going to argue about. Like I said, I think Skip made Shannon to who he is because he trolled him all the time. Like, even when Shannon was right, Skip would just troll him just to make the show. And I don't know if Stephen A is going to do that. I honestly think they're going to agree on more things than actually disagree. But I'm interested to see where it goes. But I just don't think it'll work out.
I think they got Shannon in to have more energy on First Take because Stephen A sometimes can be dull. And even though he has Michael Irvin, who is energetic, I don't think he's going to bring that type of spark like Shannon Sharpe is. I think they'll mesh well in the beginning, but I think it will take its turn sooner or later, especially like you said with Stephen A being really territorial because he's always saying, this is my damn show. So once that goes there, I think that's going to be a beginning to the end like it was with him at Undisputed. But hopefully he's going to be able to do more than just talk football because as you've seen with Shannon, he can talk all sports. And so hopefully he meshes well with Steven, but you also got to put Molly is there also. She's not that much of a, how can I say it in a nice way? She doesn't seem like she's more likable. She's not likable a lot of the times, as you can see in comments and things like that in the news. So I don't know how that's gonna pay her because Molly is very stern with her words and how she says certain things, very sarcastic. I don't know if that's going to go well with Shannon and his personality. So we just have to wait and see.
Yeah. For me, I really wonder what the breaking point was because I thought after they made it through their issue after Devin Hamlin and of course the Tom Brady blow up, and I thought they had squashed it. And it's really tough when you're in an and relationship. If it's a Beavis and Butthead, a Ren and Stimpy, it's hard for them to separate. You couldn't imagine just watching a show with just Stimpy. You couldn't imagine just watching a show with just Beavis. And that's what we have here. Stephen A, I'm not a big Stephen A fan. I'll be the first to admit he's territorial for sure, but he also gives me like, I want to be a cool guy when I'm not a cool guy vibe. He really, I see him when he comes to the games and he's like sauntering out there like someone came to see him. When he's interacting with Molly or Big Perk or anything, he always says that he's out there to help, the other brother, but I also feel like he gives that want to be cool vibe. And then Uncle Shannon is just cool. So it's going to be difficult for two guys playing the same role. It doesn't make sense. You got to have some type of contrast. And that's why I think it worked so very well with Shannon and Skip. So I don't think it's going to work. I think, if anything, Steven might want to watch out because this might be a test run to see if we can take his very expensive contract out the door and maybe make Shannon the face of I'm always thinking the Machiavellian plot here. So if anything, I wouldn't be surprised if Stephen A, even though he says he's all for him and he's going to be supportive, if he sees his shine being dimmed in any way, I agree with Short Man. That's going to be the beginning and the end for that relationship.
But I think ESPN is going to give Shannon his own show because he brings so much more over to ESPN. He's just not going to be the analyst of First Take. You think he's got Club Shay, and that's his. And he took that from FS1, and he's bringing that over to maybe ESPN with him. So he's coming with his own package. So I don't think he's going to take over First Take, but I believe it's going to be a lot of jealousy in the company once Shannon gets his feet wet in there.
Now, have any of y'all seen Club Shay?
Yeah, I watched it a lot.
Do any of you actually like it?
I do.
It's all right.
I like
I
it.
think it's mid at best.
I think his one-on-ones with people, like he actually really sits down and talks with the people, and helps you get an insight on it. You know, I think he does it more to promote his delicious cognac, and he does have interesting subjects that he talks about with people. You know, he brought some pretty good people on.
I don't know. It's a mid show to me. It just, I don't know if it's because he's too lovey-dovey with his guests. Except for Ocho Cinco, it's just a big love affair, and I don't know. That doesn't necessarily make good TV for me. I like the battle. That's why I'm a referee. I'm like that guy that watching the fight. I like to see the chaos go on a little bit, and that's what I love so much about Skipper Shannon. You never know what one of them was going to say. Like Skip would just come in and be like, "You're sorry as shit on the football field, and Tom Brady will slap your dad." And then he'd be like, "You will say personal things to me," and you never knew what was going on. I don't know. I'm glad that he has an opportunity, but hopefully ESPN has a strategy for him and to really maximize his potential.
So I'm gonna put something out to y'all and see what y'all think. Do y'all think he signed like a 2-day contract? What 2-day? A 2-day during the week contract because maybe he want to contract himself somewhere else, or like maybe go to another network and do work over there too, or maybe make Club Shay like a everyday show. Like I don't know, something just seems weird. You left a 5-day-a-week show that now work 2 days a week. I'm beginning to think maybe sports is not like what Shannon big goal is. Maybe he want to like do entertainment or be like Michael Strahan. Maybe he want to be at another level, so he's not going to put everything into the sports show. What y'all think?
I agree with that. I believe so. Because as you've seen, he can do more than just sports. He can really entertain, and the people love him. So I think maybe he's probably going to dibble and dabble in different things to get his resume up.
I think what you said, Alvin, hit the nail on the head. He sees himself more as a multimedia star.
Mm-hmm.
You saw, I don't know if you guys have seen, but he was like working on a gardening program because I guess he's big with gardening. So he was shooting something for like H&M for gardening. Of course, he probably wants to do something in the fitness field. He's going to probably want to do something in the fashion field. He has a little foo-foo dog. I could see him on Animal Planet doing something. He has the ability to really maximize his personality and become a superstar outside of sports, where you're really like a Michael Strahan, where you're hosting something with Kelly Ripa, and you're making that big network money. I could see him turning Club Shay into a Jay Leno type late night show. There's so many options that we can go with the connections he's made. He's always co-signed the right people. So I could see, LeBron putting him on as the head of media. There's endless possibilities. So why tie yourself down to being the number 2? Because that's what you will be. If you go with Stephen A, you're still going to be the number 2. He's over that. So I think he wants to still partner, give people a taste, but also keep the door open so he can try all these other avenues and really become a super multimedia star. Talking about Ryan Seacrest style.
All right, so y'all good to go?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Congratulations, Shannon.